Hi, this is Calandra. In this video, we will look at how to graph in 2 dimensions. When graphing in 1 dimension, if you just have a single number, you would use a number line. So a number line is just a horizontal line. You can think of it kind of as a ruler. And if you wanted to plot single values, like identifying the number 2 or identifying the number -3, you would just go to that position on the number line and mark it with a closed circle. Well, when we're graphing in 2 dimensions, there will be 2 paired values, not just a single value. We use what's called the Cartesian plane, also known as the rectangular coordinate system. And this consists of 2 axes. We have the x-axis, which is our horizontal axis, and we have the y-axis, which is our vertical axis. Okay, in the Cartesian plane, there are 4 quadrants. The first quadrant is the upper right part. The second quadrant, you now move counterclockwise, will be the upper left part. The third quadrant is the lower left part, and the fourth quadrant is the lower right part, typically denoted with Roman numerals like I have drawn in there. Okay, we've already identified our x-axis and our y-axis. And when graphing in the Cartesian plane, you'll be plotting what are called ordered pairs. And so an ordered pair is going to be of the form x, comma, y. So the first coordinate, your x value, tells you how far left or right you have to go. So notice you're moving in the x direction. You'll move left if it's negative, right if it's positive. And then your second coordinate, your y coordinate, will tell you how far up or down you have to go. Up if it's positive, down if it's negative. So for this example, graph the following ordered pairs and identify the quadrants where the points are located. Okay, so let me keep our visual there for you. Okay, so I'm going to start by drawing my axes. And so my first coordinate, the -2, is x, and since it's negative, that means I need to go 2 spaces to the left. My 3, which is y, is positive, so that means I need to go up 3 spaces. So my point would be located here, just signifying that with a dot, and I can see that that's located in the second quadrant. Okay, and that's it for example A. Okay, let's move to example B. Okay, we have the point -5, comma, -15. So again, I'll start by drawing my axes. If you want to just remind yourself, the x is horizontal, the y is vertical. So my x is -5, so I need to go to the left 5 units. So you can write out 5 tick marks if you want, but since we're just dealing with one value, it's okay if you put a tick mark there. You can let that be your -5. Okay, for -15, that's my y, so that tells me that I need to go down 15 since it's negative. So again, we're dealing with just one value. If you draw tick marks, you need to make sure they're evenly spaced, but since I just need a y value of -15, I know it's down here somewhere, so I'm just going to mark off that one value, and my point's going to be down here somewhere in the third quadrant. Okay, for part C, okay, I have an x value of +1/3 and a y value of -5. So I know that 1/3 is going to be somewhere between 0 and 1. Since it's the only value that you're plotting, it's okay if you draw a tick mark and make that 1/3. But I'm going to make it 1 just to kind of illustrate where to get your 1/3. Okay, well, 1/3 of the way from 0 to 1 is going to be somewhere around here. Okay, so that's going to be my starting point for my x, but now I need to go down 5 units. So you can either draw out 5 tick marks, or again, you can just mark a point and make that your -5. I'll go ahead and put 5 tick marks. 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, you want to make sure they're evenly spaced. So 1/3, -5 is going to be located in the 4th quadrant. Okay, part D, we have the point 2, 0. So 2 is my x, 0 is my y. So I need to go to the right 2 spaces, and then I do not go up or down any units. So my point is actually on my x-axis. Therefore, I'm not in the 1st quadrant or in the 4th quadrant. I'm actually on the x-axis. And this point is called an x-intercept. And that's because it lies on the x-axis. Okay, so those we didn't define above. So the x-intercept are points that lie on the x-axis. Similarly, the y-intercept will be any point that's on the y-axis.